Okay, we're live.
We're live.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
This is Joey Guerra, the music critic for the Houston Chronicle, and I'm with Joy Sewing.
The fashion editor for the Houston Chronicle.
And this is our web series called Why I Love. We haven't done them in a while, but we're back. Hope to be doing them regularly.
Sure.
And this is our first one in, I won't say how long,
Oh,
but
gosh.
we're
Yeah.
really happy to be back, and we have some very special, very cool people with us today. I will let Joy introduce them.
Well, I want to introduce Crystal Wall, and she's the one that I spent time with, and her husband, Houston rapper Paul Wall. And we're talking with them today about life and love and getting healthy, because they are truly an inspiration for us all who are on a journey to be healthy. So I guess we'll get started.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, both of you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank
And I know that it's been a journey, so I want you to talk a little bit about, collectively you've lost about, 200 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, how did this come about?
Well, the thing about the journey that we don't realize a lot of times is it's never ending. You know what I'm saying? As long as we're alive on this earth, it's going to be a never ending battle to make the right choices that affect your health and your life. You know, not just with food, but for everything. When you just living and breathing on this earth every day, you got to make choices that's going to affect you. So with the health, it's something we take for granted because the overindulgence of American society is just, what we're raised up in. You know what I'm saying? You eat as much as you want till you're full, and then you keep on eating just because you can.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? So that's just something we have to overcome culturally. That it's not how much you can eat, is you eat till you're full and eat what's healthy and what's good for you. We're fueling our body, and we took that. We grew up, not having that perspective that when we eat, we're fueling our body. We had a perspective that when we eat, we're being rewarded. It's a chore to eat. You got to finish your plate. You know what I'm saying? If you did good at school or do good on a sports, in sports, then you get to eat more. Or we're gonna celebrate by eating something that's really unhealthy for you, something with a bunch of sugar in it. So you know what I'm saying? Just culturally, we're taught these things that we're trained and brought up with. So when you start seeing other people how they eat, you start really, I like to watch a lot of documentaries. So just little by little, we just started educating ourselves without even realizing it. That a lot of the food we're eating is unhealthy for us. We're overindulging too much. The stuff we're putting in our body is just poison, and not a treat is a poison, not a treat.
Mm-hmm.
And so that just little by little, we just wanted to get better for ourselves, especially for our children. I think having children is what really put it in perspective, because when it's just ourselves, living for ourselves, we're just living for the moment. You know what I'm saying? But when you have children, you also got to think about, where we're going to be 50 years from now, and are my kids going to be taking care of us? 50 years from now, they're going to be taking care of us because we didn't take care of ourselves properly now. Or, you know what I'm saying, or in 50 years, are they going to be going through the same health problems that we see in our communities day in, day out? Or are we going to change the bad habits now and make it change now, not only for ourselves, for our children, but also just for our community, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's a never-ending journey, you know what I'm saying, to eat healthily and to make those good choices. It's something that never changes. As long as we're here, we're gonna be fighting that that struggle to not get that extra piece of cake. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when was that aha moment for both of you? Maybe start with Crystal. You told me I've been to your studio in the Heights, and you do a wonderful job teaching those women how to get in shape and have fun. And when did you realize that you wanted to drop weight and get healthy?
Well, ever since I had kids, it was a battle for me to lose that weight. After Will, with Will, I gained 100 pounds. So I went from being 125 to being 225 in 9 months. And then that weight didn't leave me after I had him. It wasn't like this 125-pound baby came out. This little bitty 6-pound baby, and I was still left 200 pounds. So that was an aha moment for me there, like not looking like myself, not feeling like myself, and trying to be comfortable in my own skin, but never quite getting there. And I tried everything, but nothing worked for me long term. So my aha moment was when he decided to get healthy and get fit. And seeing his change, for me, it was like, oh, well, let me get myself together. You know, let me get myself together. I want to live longer for my children. I want to be here for my kids, but not just that. I want to be able to pass on healthy habits to them, because what I've learned, you know, the habits that I had were habits that were passed on from my family. And being a big eater and eat till you just eat to be happy, not to be healthy. And I didn't know that food was to fuel your body, you know. So now I teach that to my children. It's more important. It was more important to me that I teach healthy habits to my children, because one day they would face the same situations that I did, you know, or have. So those were my aha moments. When he started getting healthy, that was when it was like, okay, let me get myself together.
Now, what was it about the dance, fitness, and Zumba that really attracted you? Because that you told me that was really what spoke to you in terms of getting fit. It
did. You know, I had worked out with trainers before, and I don't like being hollered at. I don't like being fussed at. I feel like when you go to the gym, whether you're giving 50% or you're giving 110%, I feel like someone should always be there as a cheerleader and tell you, you're doing a great job, but you know what, you can push it a little bit harder. I really think you can push it a little bit harder. And when I would work out with trainers, I would get mad. You know, I'd be like, I'm paying all this money and you're just fussing at me, and you're on your phone too. You're not running with me. You're on your phone. So that would upset me. And then going to Zumba, it was like this big party of people, you know, of all different sizes, all different races, and they were all dancing and working on the same goal. And your instructor was in it with you, you know. It was just a constant party and a stress reliever for me. So, and it also gave me a chance to drop my kids off at the kids' room, you know, at the YMCA, and then I can go party it off for an hour, and then I was back to business afterwards, you know. But it was just a huge stress reliever, and when the weight started falling off along with it, it was like, oh yeah, I got to do this. I have to become an instructor. I really want to share this with my family and my friends and other people in my community, you know, that you can dance that weight off. You don't just have to run around the track, because I hate it. But back then I hated running. Now I can run. I'm good now. But
now, speaking of running, Paul, you told me that when you were at your heaviest, you were running 5 miles and still not dropping the weight.
I ran about I ran anywhere from 5 to 6 miles for about 2 months straight, and all you saw was about maybe 3 pounds come off.
And how big were you at the time?
I was over 300. You know, I was, you know, maybe 3 1/4, a little bit heavier than that. I was around there, and it would be like I would also, my diet was extreme too, where I was eating salad, no dairy products, no bread products, no sugar, nothing is fried. You know, so I was on a strict diet too. But I think my metabolism just was out of there. You know what I'm saying? Every doctor I go to, they give me diet pills, and they would work for a little bit, but I'd always hit that wall where I couldn't, you know, lose more than, you know, 5 pounds or so. And after I lose it, I gain it right back, you know. So it just seemed like, you know what I'm saying, it was a never-ending turnstile of I'm not going to lose this weight. And after just being just living, you know, very strict with the strict diet, the strict exercise, all of that, and, you know what I'm saying, just torturing myself, being unhappy and not seeing any weight loss, it was like, man, I know this is not how, you know, the average person is supposed to live and lose weight, and it's something has got to be, you know, wrong with me or something.
So you had surgery, and you told me that that you really had to change your thought about what you thought the surgery was. It wasn't really about vanity; it was about saving your life. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I mean, I think especially in Texas, where, you know, the breast implant was invented, you know what I'm saying, like, any type of surgery like that, whether it's weight loss surgery or some type of plastic surgery, anything that changes your body, people look at it all as the same, or they look at it like, you know, it's just all in vain.
Like you cheated.
Yeah, like you cheating. That's really how they look at it, like, oh, you cheated, so it don't count. That's cool with me, because I know my own personal journey, and I know the struggles I had and how hard I worked, how many calories I burned off, but the weight still ain't coming off, or how many miles I ran, or, you know, all the torture I put myself through with diet and everything, and it didn't work. So I don't feel any shame in it at all for me. That's why I'm so vocal and open about it. You know, and still there's some people that might judge for this or that reason, you know what I'm saying, but it don't really matter to me, you know what I'm saying. That don't, that don't faze me or shame me at all. There's no shame in me. It saved my life. You know, I'm proud to say I'm still here living. And you know what I'm saying? And people would wait till I die to say, you know, oh, you should have did somebody's weight. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do you. They wait till you're dead to say you should have did something. But when you do something, then they talk about what you did to get yourself right. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't no shame. I'm proud of it. And that's part of why I wanted to be vocal too. Just, you know, I'm not getting paid to do it. I wish I was getting paid by whoever. And I'm not trying to say nobody should go out there and get it. That's never the first, you know.
It's kind of the last resort.
It's always it was the last resort for me. You know, it was either this or continue to gain weight and die. You know what I'm saying? And be unhealthy and be unhappy. So it was a you know, pretty clear choice what I was gonna make. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have those same opportunities with financial opportunities, or you know, the family support and all that type of things. You know, or the doctor who did a procedure here in Houston. He was one of the world's top surgeons. You know what I'm saying? So everybody don't have those same opportunities that I do. You know what I'm saying? But there still is no reason not to be vocal about it, because usually when people have these surgeries, especially if it's anybody in the public eye or a celebrity, they don't want nobody to know. They want to, you know, hide it and think it came out naturally. I don't care how, you know, especially for me, you know what I'm saying, when they see that I lost weight, you know what I'm saying, I don't want nobody thinking, oh, maybe he's sick with AIDS or cancer or something like that, you know what I'm saying. I don't want nobody thinking, you know what I'm saying, or maybe he's on some hard drugs or something, you know what I'm saying, that's how he lost weight. I'm gonna let them know. Nope, I had surgery. I cheated. You can say I cheated. That's cool. I ain't fat no more. I'm skinny now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the skinny club. So, everybody that's hating, you know what I'm saying, they kiss my ass, man. I ain't tripping. Man. I'm proud. I lost weight. I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of this. There ain't no shame at all.
But also with the surgery, it's not like you don't have to work out. It's not like you don't have to eat right. You can't eat everything that you want after you have that surgery.
It's not like you wake up and just like when she had a baby. It's not she had a baby and she was skinny. It's not like I had surgery, I woke up, I was skinny. You know what I'm saying? It's still a complete life change you have to make, a dedication now. It's a lifelong dedication to, you know, proportions, my eating portions, all of that, you know, and what I'm going to eat, and, you know what I'm saying, and still exercise. I can't just walking around not exercising nothing. I'm gonna have titties bigger than hers. You know what I'm saying? Do that. So I got to still do my push-ups and get on my exercise. You know what I'm saying?
Does it make it easier that you guys have both sort of made these changes together? Because I know a lot of times with a couple, if one person is just doing it, it's a lot harder on that person if they don't have that other person kind of supporting them.
Definitely, there's no way I could have did this without her support. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, or my family support in general, but especially, you know, her being, you know, taking care of me, fixing my meals. You know, she's not my maid or nothing like that, but she loves to cook and I love to eat. So it became a challenge of, you know, it went from the foods we love to eat, we couldn't cook anymore. So now it's let's find some new foods that we love to eat that are healthy for us. You know what I'm saying? Let's find some foods that we can cook that are healthy for us. You know what I'm saying? So
but just still tastes good.
Yeah,
we're about taste.
Yeah, we're all about taste. Yeah. So it was just like a
all about the taste. Like to eat. If it doesn't taste good, then I won't eat. It's not worth. You know, it's just not worth the calories for me if it doesn't taste good. You know, we need flavor. But even if it's vegetables, let's still jerk them or something. Let's have some fun with it. Spice it up.
Now, you all just celebrated an anniversary. What number was that for you?
9 years.
9 years married. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Wow.
9 years married, 11 years together.
Okay, so tell me, you told me the story about how y'all met. Can you share with our viewers how you all met? And
she was just about to go on stage at Club Dreams.
That is a lie. That was kind of interesting.
And I needed change for these hundreds I had.
And I was like, well, let me break you off.
Yeah.
No. No. Okay. So.
Now she used to be in a singing group, and I met her at Club Rhythms on the Southwest Side, and I bought a CD from a group, and it just so happened the CD was cracked. It was scratched a little bit, and it wouldn't play. So the next time I seen her, you know, it was like a second chance encounter. You know what I'm saying? So then that led to our first date, and then which led to, you know, us falling in love and getting married.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I sold them a CD.
So music kind of brought you guys together in a way.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. That was one of the lines that he used on me too. He was like, "Oh, I was trying to chop and screw your CD." And you know, at the time, it didn't dawn on me that it was a demo. Really, it only had like 4 or 5 songs on the whole thing. But I was like, "Really? You chopped and screwed it?" You know? He was like, "Yeah, I chopped and screwed it."
You can't tell the whole world all my game.
Okay.
So of course that leads me to the question: when are we going to see the husband-wife musical collaboration?
Oh yeah, that's a great
We've
question.
done quite a few songs
Yeah.
together. We probably done, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 songs together. She's got a nice little nice little resume. She's probably got about 15 songs between me, Lil Kiki, just a bunch of other people, solo stuff. You can find her on some old Swisher House tapes freestyling too. She was on there freestyling back in the day. Naturally, her being my girlfriend at the time, I bring her around. So we come to the studio, and all my friends, they love her like that's their sister. So they did, they love her personality, and she's talented. She's a talented writer, talented singer. Plus, she can freestyle too a little bit. So we would just use her a little bit, and then eventually we got her on the mic. But she's definitely on a few old Swisher House tapes flowing or whatever, and you can hear her on a few of my albums in the past. She's on my new one, The Poet. It's getting ready to come out in December. She's on that.
Tell us about the new album. I was just about to ask about that. Talk a little bit about that.
It's called The Poet. The
Called
Poet.
what?
And she's on a song called Codeine Heartbreak. It's a real personal song. It tells about saying my love for codeine. And also my love for my family. So she's on there. It's a real personal song. But yeah, the album's called The Poet. And it's a lot of good drinking music on there. We got a lot of great people on there, like Slim Thug is on there, Beat King, Zero. We got great Houston producers on there, G-Luck, Beat On, Beans and Cornbread, also June James, my boy Platinum Hands. We got great production on there, great features on there. Young Dolph is on there. It's a lot of people, of course. Baby's on there too. So we got some good music right there. And then I'll be back on later on next year with something called Slab God.
Oh wow.
It's called what? Say that again.
Slab God.
So what is your take on the Houston music scene, on the Houston rap scene? Obviously, it's gone through many highs, a few lows. Where do you see it at right now? Where do you think it's at right now?
My favorite times as a fan of the Houston music scene was when it was at its independent stages in the early ages. Once the record labels kind of came and transformed how we thought about making music, the music changed along with it. So as a fan, when I go back to my favorite times as a fan of the Houston music, Texas music, it was always the earlier stages when everything was independent and raw.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a real big fan of the fact now that there's a lot of independent artists now in Houston just putting music out. Not necessarily with a whole marketing plans behind it, or big record labels with their radio marketing plans behind it, promotional plans, all that. Just making music and putting it out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a big fan of all the artists in Houston, the producers in Houston, people that are building up their own momentum and their own cliques and their own groups and everything. I'm a supporter, a fan of all of that. And that's what I want to see. Not record labels coming and polluting, how we think, not just major record labels, but also local or independent record labels, polluting how we think, man. I like the art of it, the raw art form of it, So I'm happy to see that right now is going on right now.
How do you as an artist, you personally, what do you think keeps you pushing forward, keeps you relevant? How do you kind of stay in the game, and not, get swept under the rug? Because there's like you said, there's tons of independent artists constantly, I think, flowing through Houston. There's more types of music in Houston right now than ever. What's the key for you to stay relevant and to stay on top of your game?
It seems like all the people that are relevant are people that are putting music out. And everybody that's putting music out, I don't see a marketing plan. I don't see a radio promotional plan. I don't see none of that. They just putting music out. And the people who are coming up with the marketing plans and the promotional plans are the ones who are holding their albums back, They're the ones who pushing the release dates back further and further. They're the ones who coming out with fewer and fewer projects.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like a thin line between, do you want to have a good marketed album with good sales, or do you want to be relevant in the community that you're serving the music for? You know what I'm saying? And it's not that you can't do both. You can do both, but it takes a big team, a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of time that you have to take away from your family and other things to do those type of things. So you know what I'm saying? It seems like to me the way to stay the most relevant is just put music out. Don't worry about the record sales. Don't worry about the marketing plan. Don't worry about, you know, the promotional plans. Don't worry about what song is going to be the single. So what I've done as an artist is I've just said, man, when I go in and make music, I'm not thinking about, you know, what song is going to be a single. I'm not thinking about how we going to promote this album. I'm going in thinking about how can I make the best music, or how can I have the most fun, or, you know, when I do a song with another artist, I'm not thinking of, okay, it's great to have this artist or this producer on this track. How can I market this, and how can I let everybody know that this person did it? Now, my mind when I'm making a song with an artist or producer is more, how can I have fun on this track? Or, you know, how can we put a good song together? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not really thinking about music, you know, for now. I'm thinking of, man, let's just put music out, raw music that my fans are going to enjoy. And I'd rather, me personally as an artist, I'd rather have a small fan base that knows who I am, that supports me, that knows the causes I stand for, you know, support the music I make, you know, than have a very broad fan base who don't know nothing about me, and just as soon as they're a fan of you, they'll leave and go on to the next person because they got to catch a song.
Right, exactly.
That's something that Pimp C really instilled in us a lot. You know, he always told us that it's more important to have 250,000, 300,000 followers that's going to be with you to the end than to have 1 million followers for this album that's going to leave next album, you know.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, that's why a lot of artists get into trouble, because they'll start off with those big numbers, and then when they drop off, their label sees that as a failure, and then they drop you, and you're back at square one.
Exactly.
Now, you headed out, Paul, this weekend, I believe, or soon for the USO tour? Is that right?
We can't talk about it. We'll talk about that when I get back.
Okay.
Okay. I do have to ask you about something you posted, I think yesterday on Instagram. You did a throwback for your appearance in the Beyonce video. Talk to me about that experience, about working with her, about, you know, she's releasing a platinum edition of the album this month. So talk to me a little bit about that.
Of course, you know, we love Beyonce worldwide, but especially the fact that she's from Houston. You know, we take a little special pride in Beyonce. We feel like, you know, every person here in Houston, every artist, we all feel like, you know, we know her. Even if we don't know her, we all feel like we love her, we support her. You know what I'm saying? That's our girl we riding for. You know, that's just that Texas local support. You know what I'm saying? We feel a special link to Beyonce. So, you know, for her to reach out and have all of us in our video, man, you know, it was like a field day for us, man. It was like Christmas Day for us. Even though she wasn't there with us when we was performing, it still was like, man, Beyonce putting us in the video, man. We didn't really believe it until the video actually came out. You know, we all was a little skeptical, like, man, are we really gonna be in this video? Is she gonna take us out and just put the cars in it or what? You know what I'm saying? So when it came out and we were in the video, of course, you know, that's still the highlight of my career. You know what I'm saying? You know, even now I go places and people say, "Oh, Paul Wall, what's up? Hey, I seen you in the Beyonce video." You know, even that's the highlight of my, other than my wife and kids, that's the highlight of my life.
No, even in my class yesterday, one of my ladies was like, "Hey, Paul was in Beyonce's video.
Yeah.
Did you know?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I knew, but I know."
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? You know, and sometimes I have occasion when they'll be like, "Hey, what's up, Paul?" I know. Yep, that's me from the Beyonce video. and then I seen her right after the video came out. I saw her at the Grammys and spoke to her a little bit. So that was, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, my girl Beyonce, that's my homie there. And then me and Johnny, we made a grill. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Beyonce. We got them, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Johnny Dang too. We got them grills with Beyonce and Jay-Z. Matching his and hers. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do.
You know what? I want to ask you a real question quickly about your grills. Tell me how did that come about, and are they still hot right now?
Well, for me, you know, grills was something that people just had, you know what I'm saying? Like the people I looked up to who had money also had grills. They had nice cars, nice jewelry, nice clothes, pretty girls, and grills. So it was just something, you know, off the checklist you got to get. You know, when you pay like that and you balling, you got you got a fine girlfriend, you got a nice car or a few nice cars, you got nice chains and jewelry, and you got a nice grill. So it's something, of course, I wanted too. You know what I'm saying? And being able to make grills was something like, what I'm saying, it's like I can either go in and pay full price, or I can talk my way in and become an employee and get that employee discount. So that's what I did.
He's dumbing it down a little bit, but this is the thing about Paul. Paul is a hustler. He's smart. He's ambitious. These are the reasons why I fell for him, because he's smart. He's ambitious. If he puts his mind to it, he's gonna do it. If he says he's gonna do it, then he's gonna do it. And it would be him. Like, he's the one. He'll be friends with the artist, but he's also friends with the manager, and whoever's running the business. Like, he's more so friends with those people because that's just him. That's how you make your money, and that's how you stay in the loop of things.
Yeah. Awesome. I've always secretly wanted a grill, so maybe.
Yeah, baby, we gonna hook that up, Joey.
All right.
We gonna hook that up, baby. We gonna hook it up, Joey.
I would totally rock a grill. Totally. I totally would. Of course I would.
Hold on, I got Johnny Dang on line 3. Johnny Dang, we gotta get that.
Hey, Johnny Dang.
Oh my gosh.
I think we're good. Yeah. This has been great. Anything else you want to say to Houston, your fans, what you're doing, your life, anything like that?
Yeah, we represent for Texas, for Houston. Everywhere we go around the world, not just me, but my wife. This is what we're doing it for the city of Houston, the state of Texas, all the people out there. Thank you for all the support over the years. We're gonna continue to keep doing this. This is why we keep it local. You know what I'm saying? We're not worried about mainstream, all of that. Whether it's with the fitness, with the music, with the clothes, with anything, we're doing it for our culture, for our hometown. This is what we're doing it for, representing for you. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect.
And come check out Mixed Fit Studios at
There you go.
250 Patton Street, Suite D. We have classes all day, every day. Just come check us out. And at mixedfitstudios.com.
There you go.
Awesome. And the album dropping next month, right?
Yeah, yep. Next month, Poe Up Poet. Be on the lookout for that. The Poe Up Poet. Hit me up at Wow, baby.
And I just want to say, I did an interview with the both of them, Paul and Crystal, and that comes out in the Houston Chronicle on Monday and on HoustonChronicle.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Again, this is our series, Why I Love, and our hashtag is Why I Love Houston. And thank you both for joining us. All right. Bye.
All right.